Welcome back to Defense Like a Jedi. Hey, it's been probably at least a week since I recorded. I feel terrible about that, but I also don't want to put out just junk. And you probably guessed it, I'm already walking home from a playoff soccer game. And we're moving on to the next round. So while I'm walking is a good time to do a video. So, quick crypto update. Bitcoin has been consolidating since March. It was about 74,000, and since then it's just wavered down to 50, 52, I think was rock bottom since the high, and it's just been now consolidating pretty consistently between, let me make up some numbers, 68,000 and 62,000, which is pretty stable for a cryptocurrency. Usually when this happens, it usually means there's a big move coming. If you look at every chart based on halving, I think I've been telling you, November, October, December is the time where it should pop. Crypto really is different this time around because it's really adopted by a lot of the institutions. Microsoft just came out today with they're going to probably have a proposal to invest in crypto. I forget how they store their cash. Normally they would invest in something or bonds with their extra money. They have like $75 billion or something stupid that they need to invest or leave as cash. If they leave it as cash, they're losing 5 to 15% a year based on how much money the Federal Reserve decides to print. The Federal Reserve is not a federal owned or run company. It is a private company run by the banks. So it is not a government. It is not up to the government to decide when our interest rates go up and when we print more money. So as you know, the debt's been going crazy. The last 3 months have went up like $2.4 trillion, which is insane. It breaks down to the average taxpayer is in debt over $400,000. The real math is every human being in the United States is in debt $100,000 if you divided the national debt. But when you take out retired people, people with disabilities, and minors, or people that just don't work enough to pay taxes, then you come up with, you divide that by the people who actually pay the taxes, it's $400,000 per taxpayer. So, yeah, that's your crypto update. Bitcoin's ripe, ready to go. If Trump wins, there is speculation that Bitcoin will go to $75,000, $80,000 very quickly. And because Trump is pro-crypto, and there's 55 million voters that have crypto, if Trump got all the crypto vote, he would win the election. If you remember, Biden won by like 7 million votes or something ridiculous like that, which is a whole nother story. But the point of this is, since Trump would win with those votes, now the Democrats who have fought crypto and made crypto into an evil, only drug users and pedophiles and sex traffickers, and those are the only people that use crypto, is what the Democrats would say. But now they're all pro-crypto because Trump can't get those votes. So now both sides are pro-crypto. Bitcoin is widely adopted now by politicians, except for the Indian lady. Trump calls her Pocahontas, not Nancy Pelosi, Elizabeth Warren. So where I'm going with this is, if Trump gets in, Bitcoin should pump immediately. If Kamala gets in, I still think Bitcoin goes up, but it might take till the end of the year to hit those same numbers. And at the same time, I'm going to tell you, not financial advice, because when Bitcoin is supposed to do something, like go to 80,000 the day that Trump wins, not inaugurated, but November 6th, November 5th, if we know Bitcoin should go to 80 grand. Whenever Bitcoin is supposed to do something, it does the opposite. So when everybody says one thing, almost expect the opposite. And the reason being is people, this is a Bitcoin video now, isn't it? I'll shut up after this statement. When people know what's going to happen or think they know what's going to happen, they leverage. And if you don't know what leverage is, it means you bring $1,000 and borrow $10,000 against it to every time Bitcoin goes up $100, you would gain another $1,000 because you're 10x leverage. Well, you can see all these orders on the books. The money market makers know how to crash Bitcoin and everything else in order to crash that liquidity out. So if you're going to go off what I'm telling you and go buy a bunch of Bitcoin expecting 80K, it's probably going to go to 60 before it goes back up to 80K down the road. So keep that in mind. Be smart. Long-term perspective. Don't gamble. All right. Way too much on Bitcoin. I'll have to put another timestamp for those people that don't give a crap about cryptocurrency. What we're doing today is we're looking at my wall general. I feel like it's probably been a year since I've talked about my wall general, and in a little bit of a contemplation, is that how I should word it? If we look at my defense general, I want credit. Nobody else is using Richard and Lionheart. Am I too butthurt about that everybody's using them now and reciting my stats that nobody cared about a year ago? Now everybody is talking about, you need to look at their stats, and everybody's using it. I do take credit for that. I actually went and did the math on all the tavern generals, and I was dumbly stooped when I saw how much this one was, how much stats you get off this guy. All right, so I'm babbling, even though you guys say you like that. 1 second here. Howdy. Yeah, it's like in the middle of the night almost. I'm pitch dark and in the woods. Wasn't expecting to see anybody. Sorry you guys had to witness that. Maybe if you're lucky I'll edit that out. But talking about the wall general, I still want to keep this guy in the front because I keep looking at more and more options of who I can use, especially now that everybody's suspect about hitting Richard the Lionheart. I guess it actually used to be, if somebody scouted me and saw Richard full starred, they wouldn't attack me because they knew it was me. And then they would say, oh, I saw your wall general, nobody else is using it. Well, that not anymore. Everybody's using it. So maybe it's good that I'm copying everybody that's copying me. Then they won't suspect that it's me. So more blabbering. As you can see, my Isaac Brock is my assistant. I'm not sure what to do with that. Reason being, I don't have his specs done. And I do have his... Let's open him up. I do have his covenant complete, which wasn't too hard for me. I'm not sure why. It must have been. So if you remember, I put a purple or blue weapon on anybody that's in a covenant. It keeps me from dismantling them without thinking twice, because you're in a flurry. Sometimes I've done it. I got rid of Harold as a wall gen or as a sub general, and I dismantled Harold, and he was rocking 42. He did have 1 red star, 6 stars. So I wanted the blood of heirs out of him. I was kind of disappointed in how little he did, even though I used to be big on him. Point being, I shouldn't have dismantled him, even though I needed the blood of heirs or wanted the blood of heirs. I had to start over on him. So that's the reason on that. So the Covenant, in-city troop attack, that's awesome. Death in the troop soul rate, that's okay, fine. I'll take it. I'd rather be something else. In-city troop HP, in-city troop defense all the time. That's great. In-city ground troop HP, that's awesome. In-city ground troop defense, that's awesome. I'm just reading them all, aren't I? You can read the last two because it's hard to walk in the dark and read at the same time. So if you remember the battle mechanics, and every time I bring up battle mechanics, somebody comments that I'm an idiot and don't know what I'm talking about. So I'd rather you say what you think it is. Nobody really knows. But we're getting pretty close. But the first troops that they're going to engage are your ground troops, my ground troops. Remember, if for my previous videos, I was calling them the front line instead of your wall, because it's not it's a wall of troops. We'll call it the front line. That's why they have so much HP and defense. And they don't have a lot of attack. So anytime I can build up my ground troop defense and HP, and likewise debuff theirs, the less further they can travel and take out my troops. So that being said, sorry, I'm pausing because I'm like kind of lost. I'm literally in the woods on a path, and if I don't pay attention, I walk in circles. And the reason I pause is I'm pretty sure I'm going the wrong way. I did this once before and didn't know how I did it, and I'm in that pole right now. And there's no sun to gauge which direction I'm going. So if this is my last video, you know why. Anyhow, that front line, I kind of want to buff that up. So I was trying to look where I was going. I didn't realize my non-bot kicked me off. One of you was worried about me talking about a bot, and Evony will ban me and save my family a lot of money. That would be terrible. That's why I kind of don't mind talking about it. If they want to keep me from spending, great. Imagine how many hours of real life time you could gain, and if you took that money and dumped it into Bitcoin, where you would be. So, back to the wall, back to the general. I have not done the specialties, but they are very decent. You can look through them yourself unless you really want to hear me babbling. It's just more ground HP defense, in-city troop attack, which is great. I do plan on doing this, by the way. More ground troop attack defense and HP. I mean, when I get siege bomb, my siege usually die anyways, and the ground kills their march. Ground are very good at killing siege. Now, they don't get to kill the siege, and I definitely am walking backwards, by the way. I'm just going to flat out turn around and punt. So that was me turning around. So my siege get wiped out, and then my ground kills their siege. Lucky for me, I get more power out of it. I win the power battle. They need to send like 500 million power to kill 300 million power of my siege. So I win, but anytime you're doing with siege, it's all source of life, which maybe you don't mind. I run out of source of life, so I don't really care for that. Or if it's KE, or if it's KE, then you got to spend gems to heal your. Both sides got to spend gems. There's no hospital room for siege, at least the way I understand it. So, and if it's battlefield, who cares, right? I mean, it's just like any other troop. You got to heal it or let it sit there till it's over and it heals for free. All right, so I will probably do these specialties, keep this guy on here. But the man who I usually use is a siege wall general whose name escapes me until I find it. I was hoping I'd find it before I embarrassed myself by not remembering it. Got the teal dress on. There we go. What? Oh, jeez, that's not my general. I'm like, why did I put a star on assistant general? He's in my mayor. My goodness, why can I not think of his name? Norkin, there he is. Teal dress. That's pretty accurate. That is definitely a dress. I have him fully spec'd, which definitely adds a ton of siege, HP, attack, trap triggering, which is worthless, siege machine attack, because my siege does do a lot of killing when I'm attacked by anything but siege. So I felt like I needed to keep this on here. Probably should look at a range video or a range attack and see how much my siege is killing. But I guess range might be the only thing that messes me up, but it takes a big rally to get to me on range. And I'm different than you. I see this on my team a lot. I go into an SVS, my bubble's down, I'm fully reinforced. They try to port 5 people over, and I win significantly. Then the next guy in my alliance says, I'm going to do that. Now, their buffs aren't the same as mine, but they've been copying my build, which I'm copying somebody else's build, so I'm not trying to take credit for the T1 defense by any means. But Richard Leinhardt, I want credit for that. Anyways, the T1 defense, definitely, I'm just copying what other people learned, and I'm trying to perfect it. They will pop on, drop their bubble. Jedi did it. I'm going to do it. And not only are their buffs not as good, but they just hit me. So now they're going to recruit 10 to 12 people, and they just get annihilated. So I'm saying, if you try to copy what I'm doing, it's on you. You know, if you see that I have whatever it is, 1600 range and siege attack in my city, and you only got 900, and your debuffs, mine are, 2000, and yours are 500, expect different results. So definitely make sure you're fully reinforced. Remember, layers are way more important than big troops guarding you, meaning imagine if everyone in your alliance, let's just say your embassy is, we're all at different ranges, so I'm just a K38, so I think I got a big schlong that I can hold whatever it is, 25 million reinforcements, and maybe you can do 50, I don't know. But imagine, like, let's just say you have 15 million embassy room for troops, and everybody in your alliance just send 1,000 troops of every layer. No big range layer or ground layer or anything, but all 100 people in your alliance, whatever it is, times, if everybody has T13s, T14s would be, wow, I'm good at math, 56 layers times 50 members. That would just spread the attacking troop out like amazing, right? If other than just having 10 people reinforcing you with 3 million troops, I don't know if this is making sense or not, but the more layers, the more turns you're chewing up. They'll never get a second attack. Anywho, I'm babbling again, off on a tangent. Back to where I started walking damn near, and nowhere near home. So this could be a long video. I'd be too scared to walk alone without you guys. Anywho, so this is like the general I used forever before I switched over to Isaac Brock like a month ago. It's really hard for me to tell who's doing what as far as would I've done better if Leo was in there with his dress or if Brock was in there. There's so many different things in every rally that, I'm going to win no matter what, right? And then when I'm not going to win, I'm going to lose no matter what. So it's hard to tell who's doing what. But this guy is purely siege, so he's not doing anything for my ground barrier. What do we call it? Front line. So in that respect, it's really nice to get the in-city troop attack by 10%. That's almost nothing. Yeah, I think I'm done with this guy because just the Covenant alone is pretty amazing what it's doing for my ground. And now I could leave this guy on the wall when I know I'm getting attacked by anything but siege. I'm just thinking out loud with you guys here as I'm trying to get back to a road. Should I put that in a title, like Lost in the Woods, looking for my wall general? No, we'll think of something clever. Ooh, that's a good one. I'm going to use that. Good idea. Thank you. So Let's get into the basics. It's been so long since I've showed you my true wall general. As you see, I have a couple pieces of sieve gear. Now, these are just the ones that I went through and I thought were good. If you go on Reddit, you might find other options that you like better, but I just went through and I've picked this gear when I was really green, so I should almost do an audit on my gear and see what's better. Let's do it together, right? So, range troop attack, I guess that's good when I'm not getting attacked by range. I always liked my range troop attack, and now when I get attacked by range, my range doesn't kill squat. So I'm going to say when I'm getting attacked by range, I don't need range attack. And that's what I definitely get hit with 90% of the time. If I get hit by anything that's not range, it's because they already sent the range rally and now they're sending mounted or ground. Or a siege comes in first, then a range rally, which is smart. Like if you got a range rally on me, somebody should hit me with siege just before it lands. He's gonna lose, but your rally's gonna do better. There, I taught you how to beat me. There's a lot of people that hate my guts because you know how everybody wants to take out the top dog on your server. I tend to be top 3, often top 1, and I don't spend like the others, so I would want to beat me too. So I'm telling you how to do it. Set a range rally, hit me with siege before the range rally hits, and then you want to follow up with ground or mounted. So that would be when my range would actually, my range attack would actually count, or at least help. Damn, this is going to be a long video. You guys say you like my rambling, but maybe it's like 2% of my viewers like the rambling, and they just are the ones that post in the comments. So if you don't like my rambling and videos are too long, say something. Otherwise, I'm only going out to people that say they like it. So there's the gear, mostly debuff. I really wanted more debuff when I was picking out my gear. This guy definitely has it, okay? So I'm debuffing their ground and their mounted troops pretty heavily with this piece. But my HP, I'm protecting that T1 layer, which is, I think, about 100,000 troops for me. I like to keep that small because when you all have 400 million T1, I feel like these guys are like, forget that, but I'm not a big spender. I'm not an attacker, so I don't waste my time when I see somebody that's got 400 million T1. So with all this HP whole numbers, not percentages, that all goes to your T1 layer, and it takes the stat, and we did the math in a previous video, plagiarizing myself. I think it takes a T1 and makes it as strong as, it was significant, like a T10, just in HP. Now, multiply that by 100 million T10 mounted troops. That's a lot of attack. When it's my turn, that's a lot of attack. That's why I'm eating your marches. That's why you're eating their marches, because that math is insurmountable. That's not a word. It's close enough to a word that you probably knew what I was talking about. Look that word up for me. Anyways, it's not mountable. And distracting myself here. Walking in the middle of nowhere. I did find the road, as you heard, so I will make it home eventually. I definitely took the long way. So, yeah, get your mounted flats, and do not keep percentages, no matter how good and tempting they are. It's really tough when you get like a siege attack 25% gold, or a range attack 25% gold. That's a lot of killing power, and I use that for killing troops. Nope, get rid of it. Get your percentages somewhere else. So here's some mounted troop attack. I could probably do a little better on refining. They're all gold, but the big wiener contest tells me that I should have my second one starting with 1,000. Should we take a gamble online since I might not make it home tonight? We'll see if I can improve that just for fun and not hit confirm. We'll just give 10 because I needed that for a different event anyways. So don't remember which one it was, but I saw it in there. Is that 10 yet? Is anybody counting? And the other problem is I wore all black, not realizing that I might be walking home tonight because I'm not that smart. Okay, so we lost. We're not going to mess with any more of that refining. Yeah, so they aren't going to see me, which is not good. But I'm not right on the road right now anyways. But I will be shortly. That's that. So just looking through, the defense is a smaller number. Are these all gold? Yeah, they're all gold. So, is that the one we just looked at? More defense. Defense HP. And then here are my refines on my bracers. So I could probably definitely get a little more improvement out of there, but really at this point I'm going to kill marches when they're coming at me. So I don't know, I'm blabbering. So I also got, is it Phoebe's on there, Dragon of Thieves, whatever. So here's a mixture of HP and attack. I'm thinking my brain tells me it should be all attack, and I'll tell you why. Most people don't get to my T1 layer. It kills, but they don't kill any. So if like the range rallies were actually killing some of my, let's take a look. What I'm contemplating and babbling about is should I go for attack or HP on my dragon? Here's the lucky jackpot rewards. I think they fixed it, and it forced me to open up in the announcements too. That's probably where I was, but I don't know that those are gonna, if you leave those sit unread, I know they disappear after a month regardless, but if you never open up your announcements, they might still be there for the next event. I feel like they fixed it, but I don't know for sure. So that is not on topic. Let's see here. Is this a range attack? This is a siege attack. Was it a solo? It's a solo. Okay, sorry. So this is what I'm talking about. To kill my siege, this is pretty close. He only lost by 80 million power. That's a good way to knock that out before a rally. I'm trying to find a siege rally. That's a really tiny rally. Let's find something a little better. Here we go. There we go, Ragnar. So we got a $1.5 billion or 1.6 billion rally. This is to start the SVS. I've showed you this report. They only sent, well, this is me. So I'm reinforced by, as I just walk out into the street, not paying attention. Those cast iron grates that they have, but I shouldn't call them a grate. It's a plate with round bumps as you're like walking into an intersection. They're usually painted yellow. They just got the bumps on them. The reason those are there is for blind people. It's almost, I'm not gonna say braille, but it's an indicator for them to know that they're about to walk into traffic. Where I just was, there was not one of those. So I'm staring at my phone in the dark and I walked right out into a road. Luckily, I'm not deaf. I would have hurt a car. So lots of information. This is only a 4-man rally. So what we're looking for is if they're touching my T1 troops, right? So they get the right to attack first. They are killing my T1 troops. So I should get rid of those attacks and I should spin for HP. because they get to attack first, and now all that I have left to kill with, well, if they don't kill my lair, if you listen to Optimize Evony, if they don't kill my lair, my troops get to attack back. So I'm probably still attacking back with all. How many is that? Yeah, that's 100,000 or 100 million troops. So really, I need to have HP first. Hopefully this is all making sense. So that is my wall general. I think I should just stop because I can just keep blabbering about everything. Was there anything else to cover? That was the what do we got for cards? Mounted troop attack. See, I should replace that. I mean, that ain't gonna help T1 layer at all. I do have a lot of mounted troops, but they usually, die. Should we take a look at that? Because I exposed my mounted troops to trick you guys into hitting me with a range solo. So I would almost rather have ground, HP, or defense, really. Range troop range bonus. Optimize Evony says that does nothing. He says it's worthless. I can't get rid of it because I don't believe that. Even though he comes with receipts, he shows you the battles, but yeah. Siege range bonus, so I think it's doing something. He shows battle reports where the results are exactly the same under very controlled circumstances. I just feel like he's missing something. Like, what he does is he attacks and he measures stuff against an attack, the archer tower. The archer towers are archers. The range is the set. So he's using that range set from the archer tower to prove that there's no range bonus with these cards. Why would they have a book if it doesn't do anything? Well, what if the mechanics are different with troops than it is with the archer tower? I don't know. I watched this video like 10 times, and I'm not one of those people that are allergic to math, but yeah, I like to do things when I'm listening to videos, like drive. So I've listened to it like at least a dozen times. Maybe I should listen to it again. Anyways, if you believe him, I shouldn't have any of these books on my wall general. I'm like staring off into the woods while I'm talking to you, so I don't even see my game reset. So I really should get rid of these books, put ground defense and HP, and let's take a look at couple things before I get rid of you here. Let's look at the other books on the other general. So siege machine attack, that's gonna do me good on a lot of battles. Range troop attack, definitely, keep that. Mounted troop speed, that shouldn't do anything, but I definitely want my T1 to get in there and kill something if it does. I'm having a hard time dropping that book, and he has evidence that it does nothing. So am I wasting the opportunities to get more buffs elsewhere? Probably. I don't know. Is 25% going to matter? It can't hurt if I'm doing it right. I'd like to learn how to do it right. Guess I'll have to watch that video another 10 times. The other thing I wanted to check was how much my mounted is killing. See, I wasn't in reports. Why did it take me to the reports? I was in PvP. It should have left me there. And the reason I'm bringing that up is, was I in announcements before it just took me there and made me use those lucky jackpot emails? Or did it just take me there? That's what I was wondering. Same rally. Let's see what my mounted troops did. Oh, I hid them. I must have dropped them right as they hit. So that saved me a lot. But, I mean, I killed a layer. That's nothing. Let's see what else I can find here. What's this? Is this a rally? That's a big rally. I bet my mounted troops were there. I usually leave them out for you guys to salivate over. They're gone. Suckers. What am I looking for here? I just wanted to see what my mounted troops. Let's see here. I didn't have any mounted troops there. Was I pretty low? No. That was weird. I must have had a march out or something. Alright, I was just trying to find something good to show you. See if I could find out if my mounted troops do any killing. There's a full layer. No, it's not a full layer, but a decent layer. 1.7 million mounted troops, T-14, and all they killed was 29 troops, which is bizarre because he killed that layer. I shouldn't get to fight back, but maybe it took 2 rounds for him to do that, and I got to fight back a little bit in the first round. Killed nearly nothing. So mounted troop attack, that book should come off and at least get some more ground defense and HP. All right, super long video. It's gonna take like 2 days for this to load. It is a Thursday. Stuck in the woods recording. By the time this gets uploaded, it'll probably be Fridays. It really takes that long for these long videos, and that's with it's the 5 gigabit Wi-Fi. I mean, whatever. I don't know. I guess I'd have to look at that. Nonetheless, hopefully I'm still recording. I was on the wrong screen there. I'm gonna let you guys go. Let me know what you want to see next. If you want to see a deep dive into duty officers, I know some people keep asking where my buffs are coming from, and I keep half-assedly answering you. So if you want me to deep dive in a certain section, let me know. If you want to see, blazes are so boring. Didn't I do something on that recently? Just let me know what you guys are thinking, what you want to see. If you really want to see some live video footage, I've taken a number of live video footage for you guys. I don't play live, but I'm recording live. It's really boring, and because you're most often waiting for something, and I sound like an idiot because I'm just like trying to multitask and just talking to myself, but no real substance. So I haven't posted any of those. But let me know what you want to see, and let me know if more babbling, less babbling. If you want those 5-minute videos that are informative and I shut up, I would like those kind, because that's probably good for my ADHD. But the deeper dives we do, you're gonna know everything I talk about except that one thing. You're like, oh crap, I haven't thought of that. So anyways, if you're still here, you like the babbling. That's probably why. The people who tell me they like the babbling is they listen to the entire stupid video, and they're the ones still at the end be like, oh yeah, I like the babbling. The other people just stop the video and leave and don't comment because they didn't get to the question where I'm babbling about babbling. All right, I'll shut up. See you later.